Hello everybody, this is your teacher Mehjabin, and today we look into the arrival of the British in India. We also take a quick overview of the English East India Company. The English had been following the success stories of the Portuguese in India. They found the news about the Portuguese developing important trade ties with the Indians and making tremendous profits out of their ventures very enticing. They were also tempted to start similar business activities on Indian soil, and in order to achieve this purpose, the English East India Company was formed in 1680. On the 31st of December 1600, Queen Elizabeth I granted a written permission to the company to develop trade links with India. According to the terms of this charter, the company pledged a share of its profits to the British Crown. In the initial stages of the English East India Company's voyages to the East, their purpose was basically to survey and explore. The captains of the company's ships looked for suitable places where they could stop for trade. During their visits, they asked for permission for commercial activities from the local rulers they met on the way. Those were the times when the English East India Company's officials were known as factors. The trading posts set up by the captains of these company ships were called factories. A factory of the company was generally a fortified area. It housed offices, warehouses, and residences of the European trading company's officials and employees. No manufacturing of goods was done in these factories. The factories were set up only if the possibilities of trade seemed profitable. In those areas of the East where trade turned out to be more profitable, settlements were developed. These settlements comprised of groups of factories. Presidencies were formed when the settlements grew bigger in size. These were centers where other factories in the same region reported their affairs. A presidency was run by a governor and a council of senior company officials who were also known as factors. Now we'll look into the arrival of Captain William Hawkins. William Hawkins was a representative of the English East India Company. He was chiefly known as the commander of a ship called Hector, which belonged to the English East India Company. This was the first company ship to anchor at Surat in India on the 24th of August 1608. In 1609, Hawkins went to Agra to meet the Mughal Emperor Jahangir to secure trading rights from him. He wanted to set up an English trading center at Surat. Jahangir did not grant permission to Hawkins as the Portuguese were pressing him not to do so. The English started their first factory in the south of India in Masulipatnam in 1611. In 1612, Jahangir granted a farman to the English East India Company, giving it permission to establish factories at Surat. Thus, Surat became the company's center of trade in the East. Now let's look into the arrival of Sir Thomas Roe. In 1615, King James I of England sent Sir Thomas Roe as ambassador to the court of Jahangir. He stayed at the court for 3 years. England was immensely benefited from his stay. In 1616, Sir Thomas Roe received permission from Jahangir to set up factories in any part of the Mughal Empire. By 1623, the English had established their factories at Surat, Bhuj, Agra, Ahmedabad and Baroda. The British now started increasing their trade in India. And with the increase in trade, their power also increased. In 1639, a local Indian Raja gave Madras to the British. The Raja gave them the permission to fortify and administer the area. In exchange, he was assured a payment in the form of half of the custom revenue of the port. The English built a fort around their factory and called it Fort St. George. In 1662, the Portuguese gave the island of Bombay to King Charles II of England as dowry for marrying the Portuguese princess Catherine of Braganza. The King of England gave this area to the English East India Company in 1668 for an annual rent of £10 a year. Bombay soon became the headquarters of the English East India Company on the western coast of India. In 1691, the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb issued a firman that allowed the English East India Company the right to duty-free trade in Bengal for an annual payment of 3,000 rupees. Later, in 1698, the company got the zamindari rights to collect taxes from three villages of Kolkata, Sutanuti and Govindapur. These villages combined to form Calcutta, that is modern-day Kolkata. The British fortified its trade settlement in Calcutta and set up Fort William. The control of the British in Bombay also became stronger. In fact, Bombay now replaced Surat as the center of the English East India Company's activities on the western coast of India. By 1709, the company had formed Presidencies in the settlements of Madras, Calcutta and Bombay. These became the headquarters for the south, east and west respectively. A British governor was appointed for each presidency. A pattern of management had been set up. Traders from various regions of the country brought their goods to the ports in the Indian coast. The company's fleets of ships arrived here annually and collected these commercial goods. The English East India Company took advantage of the declining Mughal Empire and began to intervene in the internal affairs of the Indian states. They also made use of the mutual rivalries between the Indian rulers to strengthen their own position. The Europeans started their operations in the East as mere traders. What started as ordinary trading outposts soon ended up growing into powerful colonies in the East. The European countries fought intensely amongst themselves for more control over the profitable trade with the East, particularly India. However, the Portuguese power in India did not last for long. Their control declined when Spain conquered Portugal in 1580. The Dutch decided to focus on expanding their possessions in the East Indies. The British and the French were already arch rivals in Europe. Their old animosity influenced them to fight bitterly for more power and control in India. This resulted in the three Carnatic Wars between them. By the end of the Third Carnatic War, the French were completely defeated by the British. Now, the British became the main European power in India. Thank you so much for watching. Click on the description below to read the notes. And I'll meet you soon in my next video. Bye.